Graça Machel DBE is a Mozambican politician and humanitarian. She is the widow of former South African President Nelson Mandela and of Mozambican President Samora Machel. She is an international advocate for women unregistered trademark S and children unregistered trademark S rights, and in 1997 was made a British Dame for her humanitarian work. Graça Machel is the only woman in history to have been First Lady of two separate republics, serving as the First Lady of Mozambique from 1975 to 1986 and the First Lady of South Africa from 1998 to 1999. Personal life: born in rural Încădăuni, Gaza Province, Portuguese East Africa, she attended Methodist mission schools before gaining a scholarship to the University of Lisbon in Portugal, where she studied German and first became involved in independence issues. She is also fluent in French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese and English, as well as her native Shangaan language. She returned to Portuguese East Africa in 1973, joined the Mozambican Liberation Front and became a school teacher. Following Mozambique's independence in 1975, Machel was appointed Minister for Education and Culture. In the same year, she married Samora Machel, the first president of Mozambique. Following her retirement from the Mozambique ministry, Machel was appointed as the expert in charge of producing the groundbreaking United Nations report on the impact of armed conflict on children. Her first husband died in a plane crash over South Africa in 1986. Machel received the 1995 Nelson Medal from the United Nations in recognition of her long-standing humanitarian work, particularly on behalf of refugee children. She married then South African President Nelson Mandela on July 18, 1998, his 80th birthday. Mandela died on December 5, 2013 after a long sickbed involving pneumonia. In 1998, she was one of the two winners of the North-South Prize. Machel currently serves as the chair of the Association of European Parliamentarians with Africa Eminent Advisory Board. Positions and awards: President School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London, Mozambican Minister for Education, Chairman of National Organization of Children of Mozambique, organization that places orphans in village homes, works closely with families to rehabilitate children, delegate to 1998 UNICEF Conference in Zimbabwe, President of National Commission of UNESCO, member of Commonwealth of Nations Eminent Persons Group, served International Steering Committee 1990 World Conference on Education for All, appointed by the Secretary-General of the United Nations to chair a study on the impact of armed conflict on children, recipient of Interactions Humanitarian Award. 1997, received Major Award from CARE as result long-standing work on behalf of children. She won the Nelson Refugee Award, awarded by the United Nations High Commission for Refugees for her humanitarian work. Machel is also a member of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation unregistered trademark S. Ibrahim Prize Committee. Chancellor of the University of Cape Town, Doutor Honoris Causa by University of Apermelvora, Portugal, November 14, 2008. On August 28, 2007, Graça Machel was made an Honorary Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire at the request of British Prime Minister Gordon Brown. Received honorary doctorate from the University of Massachusetts Amherst in 2006. Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa in March 2008, from the University of Stellenbosch. The Elders, on July 18, 2007 in Johannesburg, South Africa, Nelson Mandela, Graça Machel, and Desmond Tutu convened the Elders, a group of world leaders to contribute their wisdom, leadership and integrity to tackle some of the world's toughest problems. Mandela announced its formation in a speech on his 89th birthday. Kofi Annan serves as chair of the Elders and Gro Harlem Brundtland as deputy chair. The other members of the group are Marty Ahtisaari, Ela Bat, Lakhdar Brahmi, Fernando Henrique Cardoso, Jimmy Carter, Heiner Jilani, Graça Machel, Mary Robinson and Ernesto Zedillo. Desmond Tutu is an honorary elder. The Elders work globally, on thematic as well as geographically specific subjects. The Elders unregistered trademark priority issue areas include the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the Korean Peninsula, Sudan and South Sudan, sustainable development, and equality for girls and women. Graça Machel has been particularly involved in the aldursa unregistered trademark work on child marriage, including the founding of Girls Not Brides, the global partnership to end child marriage. The elders are independently funded by a group of donors: Sir Richard Branson and G. Noel Wong, Peter Gabriel, Kathy Bushkin-Calvin, Jeremy Collier and Lulit Solomon, Nicholas mäkelström, Paragraph M. Matzik, Randy Newcomb and Pam Omdior, Jeff Skoll and Sally Osberg, Joe Vanker Porsche, Julie Quadrio-Cuzio, Amy Towers, Shannon Sedgwick Davis and Mariah Van Schaik. Mabel Van Orangi, former CEO of the Elders, sits on the Advisory Council in her capacity as Advisory Committee Chair of Girls Not Brides, the global partnership to end child marriage. The Africa Progress Panel. Machel is a member of the Africa Progress Panel, a group of 10 distinguished individuals who advocate at the highest levels for equitable and sustainable development in Africa. Every year, the panel releases a report, the Africa Progress Report, that outlines an issue of immediate importance to the continent and suggests a set of associated policies. In 2012, the Africa Progress Report highlighted issues of jobs, justice, and equity. The 2013 report will outline issues relating to oil, gas, and mining in Africa. Notes. References. External links: BBC profile of Graça Machel, UNICEF report Impact of armed conflict on children by Graça Machel, History Bio, UN Foundation Bio, 1.